Hello, this is going to be Legendary Vendetta, and we shall be getting into the Christmas Cup final. Woo, 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 woo. So this will be against Goran and AmaTeresU in the Christmas Cup final, but unfortunately for some reason it won't let me pause or stop the game. So it doesn't look like we will be having a cinematic of this final, which is it's quite distressing really for some reason. Hopefully it will magically let me pause and stop and whatever the game. But I was spectating this match live and I did save the replay, which I'm guessing is probably the reason why, but I don't see why if you are spectating a battle you shouldn't be able to pause the game when you replay it. But oh well, it's just something to bear in mind for the future. I'm hoping it won't have to do that. But yeah, this is the battle. So this was on Crossroads map and it was a 20,000 Koku battle, so it's pretty hefty shit. And you know, the armies were huge. Armies were pretty darn big. And Goran, I have to admit, you bring the most douchebaggiest army ever. We haven't really seen too much of Goran. He did beat me in the semi-final. And AmaTeresU did beat Kodsachi Sniper. And, you know, it's been a good tournament. So this was definitely quite a fitting end, I thought, to, you know, some pretty surprising stuff. So let's see. No, it won't let me pause, so I'll have to go over the armies quickly. So Goran will be playing the Otomo clan, and he has bought some Tokitaka's Tangashimas. So these are like the hero matchlock units. He has then also got some Naginata Samurai, more Naginata Samurai, and he's then also got Katana Hero, Tetsubi Warrior Monks. He's got Gozen's Heim Heroines, so they're like some sort of, you know, heroine monk unit. He's also got some Portuguese Turcos. I think he's got two of them. Yep. He's got some Dondabust Cav, Spears of Shizatake, or whatever they're called. He's also got some Yari Cav, Great Guard Cav. Did I say he had fire rockets somewhere? He has got fire rockets somewhere. Not entirely sure where they are though. He's got, yeah, Naginata Samurai, as we've already mentioned. Here's his general. Can't find him anywhere, the fire rockets. There they are, the fire rockets. So he is bringing the most douchebaggiest army ever. He's got fire rockets, he's got hero matchlock units, he's got loads of hero units, he's got Dondabust Cav. It's a pretty douchebaggiest army. And AmaTeresU will be playing as the Shimazu clan, and he has bought a shit ton of swords. And this is a huge army. I mean, if I was AmaTeresU, I'd be charging this bitch straight out. So it's kind of hard to guess what he's got. Let's go for his cavalry. So he's got Yari Cav. So 4 Yari Cav, Great Guard Cav, He's got his general. He's got some Matchlock Samurai, and what else has he got? He's got some more Matchlock Samurai. He's got Nodachi, loads of Katana infantry. He's got some Yari Samurai as well to cover, which is nice. And this is not going to look good. I mean, so those are the two armies pretty much, and AmaTeresU is just going to get beasted from all these fire rockets. This is good use of the fire rockets by Goran, but I mean, if I was AmaTeresU, I'd be charging this bit straight out. I'd just go for it. And the Dondabust Cav are going to be making their stands. They've already taken out 20 of AmaTeresU's men, and also Goran has set the shrine on fire, so this is a very nice play by him. Nothing like a bit of effects to get the game rolling, and yeah, those are going to be doing a bit of damage throughout the game. He's even set this little hut on fire. I mean, fire rockets are so douchebaggy to bring, but you know, it's a 20,000 Koku match. I don't usually bring them because I don't think there's ever much point. But in a 20,000 Koku match, I think they're pretty viable. Economically, fiscally, they're very good. And that's what you will be doing. Unfortunately, AmaTeresU's got a bit of a lost cause going on here. He's just trying to shoot up his Matchlock Samurai, but they're just going to get ripped apart by these hero units. And they have also got the Dondabust Cav there waiting in the wing. So at the moment, AmaTeresU will be doing a full retreat into the forest over here. Forest. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Ouch, 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 ouch. I was spectating this match live, so I was kind of crapping myself, laughing at the same time, because these units are just going flying. Those fire rockets are really racking up the kills. Let's see how many kills they got so far. They got 300 kills so far. How is that even possible? And AmaTeresU is going to be charging in some of his Yari Cav to try and take care of those Donderbust, I think it was, but he won't be able to get him. He'll just be charging straight into these Naginata Samurai, which would not be too nice for him. So he's basically just done a full retreat into this forest, which is a good move because fire rockets and forests, no, they don't go. So if he's firing his fire rockets into this forest, they're going to be hitting trees and shit, and it's not going to go well for him because they're just not going to make half as much damage as they did out in the open. Now, if I was AmaTeresU, I would have literally just taken the plunge and just charged all out at AmaTeresU. No, sorry, if I was AmaTeresU, I would have charged out at Goran. Ugh, getting the two players mixed up. So, because I mean, yeah, fair enough, you'll get eaten alive by these Turkos and these Toki Tatkas or whatever, but at the same time, if you just sit there and get beaten up by these fire rockets, you know, he's just lost, how many is it? 330 men, so I would have just charged straight out from the off if I saw those fire rockets. And but I mean, that's looking at hindsight. If I was AmaTeresU, I would have done exactly the same. I would have charged them into forest where they had some cover. And yeah, I mean, this has definitely sort of taught me that if someone's fielding fire rockets and it's a big battle, charge at them. If you've got superior sword infantry, charge at them. So that's probably what I would say coming out of this game from the off. But oh my goodness, I can't believe I missed it. It was hilarious. You would now just see ninjas. This was the last thing I expected to see. I mean, I was over here when it actually happened. My camera was just panned over there. La di da di da di da di da di da di da. I'm spectating the final, and oh, bang, 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 bang. I just saw a shit ton of bombs, and you can see from the craters on the ground, he ninja bombed the fuck out of Goran's general, and it made me squeal like a girl. I just couldn't stop laughing, and it was just hilarious. I mean, when I saw those bombs flip off, you know, first of all the fire rockets just ripping AmaTeresU's men apart, you know, and then just to see a general get completely ninja bombed out of nowhere, it's absolutely fantastic. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, he then just, unfortunately, Goran did manage to run away his general, sustaining half casualties, and AmaTeresU just had to run his ninjas in where he could. So he tried to go for the spears of Shizatake or whatever, and he tried to run into the back of these Katana hero units, but unfortunately he didn't do too much damage. But yeah, I mean, it's shaping up to be a good match so far. It's pretty interesting. I have to admit, Goran has brought a douchebag of an army, but hey, you know, I didn't say there were going to be any rules, because I personally believe if it's in the game, use it. You know, obviously I would draw the line at making some exceptions like Fall of the Samurai, because it is a completely different kind of game altogether when you think about it. But in terms of DLCs and all that kind of stuff, yeah, use them. Just I don't like the spamming, because spamming is boring. It's not necessarily that I don't like it when people bring a lot of the same with one unit, it's just it's boring. You know, bring some variety in there. So at the moment, he will be bringing up his units, Goran. He's slowly, I think, starting to strangle AmaTeresU. AmaTeresU is losing one little conflict after another, which isn't going to be looking too good for him. And I would be shitting myself if I was one of these samurais. I really would not like this at the moment. See the Christian cross over there, making its way towards AmaTeresU. This isn't going to be looking too good. And I'm not sure if these guys have got much ammunition left. I mean, they've only got 5 ammo, so really fire rockets aren't going to be sustaining for too long. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So it's going to be a bit of a stalemate at the moment. There's not going to be too much engagement. I do find this an awful lot in Shogun 2 that you won't be... What are these Donderbus Cav doing? Ah, right, okay. So he's just going to go off and capture the archery dojo. That's a fair enough point. But, you know, there's not really too much that's going to be going on, because I do find... Oh, no, these fire rockets are going to be taking out half of his cavalry. Now, I do remember this happening. That is horrible. Look how much cavalry AmaTeresU just... Oh god, those fire rockets. This is a lesson to everybody. If you're going to be playing a huge battle, bring fire rockets. That's it, basically. But yeah, I mean, I do find in a lot of Shogun battles, there's going to be some little skirmishes going on, whether it's between cavalry, whether it's over a key building, whether it's skirmishing between ranged units, but generally you know, you'll do these little skirmishes, you know, see who's kind of winning, and then you'll charge in your whole army. And it looks like that's going to be the classic way of engagement at the moment. And really, I think, I mean, I'd be so pleased if I was Goran, because he is doing so well. He's really using those fire rockets to their mass effectiveness, and these units are just everywhere. They're spread all across. This isn't going to be looking too good, and these Great Guard Cav are not going to be looking too nice on the flank of AmaTeresU. With these Donderbus Cav, he's then got the Shizugate, or whatever. Basically the spears of, oh god, I can't even remember how to pronounce them, but he's got Great Guard. You know, this is looking like a pretty potent force over here. I'm not entirely sure what force, something rout over here, I'm not entirely sure. But at the moment it's looking pretty threatening. We're both going to be staring down the barrel here. Really, Goran can just sit back and relax in the safety that he's got so many ranged units to chop down a lot of AmaTeresU's men before he gets here, and then he's got a very solid line of sword, spear, and he's also got a lot of hero units, and he's got a lot of cavalry units. So really it's looking a lot against AmaTeresU at the moment. It's not looking too great, but you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. And I'm so gutted that these don't work up at the top, because if I had slow-mo, this would have been beautiful to just make loads of cinematic out of. I would have loved it. It would have been so nice. And it looks like AmaTeresU is going to try and make a charge for the flank with his remaining cavalry. I think he has got some cavalry over on the opposite side. But it looks like, I'd say he'd win this charge completely. But according to this, no, he's losing decisively, which is a bit bizarre. Again, probably move your cavalry around the flank, but to be honest, with this red line here, it's going to be hard to manoeuvre them around the flank and hit from the rear. But at the moment, it's really not going AmaTeresU's way at all. I mean, this is kind of the last of his cavalry, and it is getting chomped down so easily by this Great Guard and the hero Yari Cav unit. This is at the moment one loss after another for AmaTeresU, and it's not looking too good for him. But I mean, to be honest, I think it's just those fire rockets which have just sapped the confidence out of AmaTeresU at the moment, and the fact that these cavalry units are just so effective, and especially at channeling all of his Yari Cav into, you know, one small section, that definitely helped him out, because if they got surrounded by all of AmaTeresU's Cav, they would have got eaten alive. So Goran's going to make a little bit of a push up, not too much, just a little subtle push, and he's really trying to get AmaTeresU to come out into the open, attack him full on, and he can wrap his cavalry around the sides. Goran's also going to be taking his Donderbus Cav around the flank to try and poke at AmaTeresU a bit, and this is going to be rather unfortunate, because is he going to be able to get any kills? No, he's out of range there, just out of line of sight. So yeah, I mean, he's going to be prodding. I think AmaTeresU's cavalry is all taken up now, and it's really not going to be looking too good for him. I mean, if he tries charging this way, he gets a face full of Turkos and Naginata Samurai, as well as all of this cavalry. You know, I mean, if he goes on the other flank, he's got Great Guard, Yari Cav, Donderbus Cav. It's not going to be looking too good. I think the Donderbus Cav are going to be getting a shot off. Yes, they will be. This is not looking good at all. He's just lost about, I think, 30 men there. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember how many he did have. And these Donderbus are racking up the kills at the mo. And now we're going to be getting full-off matchlock shots, and this really isn't looking too great. AmaTeresU will be exchanging some fire, whilst all of his infantry just charges hopelessly into Goran's main force. It looks like he's kind of in a bit of disarray, but with this many units on the field, it is pretty difficult to micro. And Goran will also be charging his units ahead, so this is looking like a pretty good charge. I wish I could have this in slow motion, just so I could do a really cool cinematic, because I've had some good response off the cinematic so far, and I will be making some more of them, but unfortunately I cannot seem to get, I mean, it'll probably be like a view like this. You know, I mean, I could still do it, it just means I can't pause and slow-mo, but, you know, that's how it is. So it's going to be a bit of a grind-out battle. AmaTeresU's flank has now broken. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. Goran, he might think, it looks like he's going to go for this Katana Samurai before they can support. And yeah, I mean, there's not really too much to say at the moment. Goran's got his Donderbus Cav at back, picking away at this Yari Samurai, which is rather unfortunate. Goran is now wrapping around the flanks with all of his cavalry and other infantry, and it looks like Goran's also put his general in stand and fight, which will give his guys a near unbreakable morale. As you can see, they're all green, and they're happy that the enemy is routing. So that was a GG to everyone who played in the tournament, and GG to both players. Goran, you bring a douchebag army. I love the army you bring. And please yeah, good. Oh, no. Are we going to get results screen? I'm not entirely sure. So this is weird because I spectated this battle and I did save the replay of the spectation. So, spectation, is that even a word? Anyway, so, you know, we should get the results hopefully. But in future, next time, just send me your replays instead of me spectating, because spectating is pretty crap. It's only good when you're live doing it. I was going to do a live commentary, but it was about 12 at night, half 11 at night, and I just couldn't be bothered. Because, you know, all my family would have been in bed, and I just would have been, nah, I wouldn't want to wake them up with my loud voice. So, yes, again, thank you to everybody who played in the tournament. It was a fantastic tournament, and as you can see here, AmaTeresU brang 500 men at the beginning. It probably would have been the best idea to just charge straight off, but, you know, that's me looking at hide and sight. You know, if I was in AmaTeresU shoes, I would have done the same. And whoa, look at those fire rockets, 400 kills, that is pretty beast. And these Donderbus cavalry, when they took their first shot, they only had 40 kills, and they shot up to 150 by the end of the match. These Turcos, they did very well. I need to bring Turcos a lot more. Great Guard did extremely well, both getting over 100 kills each. And then his infantry, it was more or less just a mop-up job. It's like AmaTeresU. His Adachi were the guys who got the most kills out of that, and it really just didn't go AmaTeresU's way. I mean, I love the Kisho Ninja. That was beautiful. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw that. It was hilarious. So again, thank you to everybody who played in the Christmas Cup, and we shall be hosting more Christmas Cups throughout 2013, so I hope you will be able to join them. And bye for now. This is Vendetta out. Christmas Cup over. So bye everybody.